The objective of this training session is to give an understanding of the relevant health and safety knowledge required to safely carry out scaffolding work, which includes erection, altering, dismantling, and inspection of scaffold structures. You are on the platform of Safety First, and I'm your host, Javed. Let us discuss the contents of this training presentation. I'll start with introduction, working at height, personal protective equipment at work, scaffold components and scaffolding terminology, types of basic scaffolding and scaffold foundations, scaffolding erecting requirements, scaffolding ties, raising and lowering materials, tow scaffolding, and scaffolding inspection. During the training presentation, I will ask the short questions whether you are understanding or not. Dear friends and fellows, do you know the purpose or the benefit of scaffolding? The purpose of a working scaffold, either from the ground or from a part of building, is to provide a safe working place, including safe access suitable for the work being done. Every area for access and working shall be so arranged as to provide a convenient working place and to protect people from the risk of falling, provide safe storage of materials and equipment, and protect those below from falling objects. To carry out safe scaffolding, let us discuss now the role of employer. Every employer shall undertake his specific role and responsibility in accordance with the local and international standards with respect to scaffolding safety. The employer has to make sure that where work cannot be safely done from the ground or from part of a building or other permanent structure, there shall be provided, placed, and kept in position for use appropriately maintained scaffolds. Whichever method is chosen, it shall be appropriate for the purpose. All scaffolding work is appropriately planned and supervised. Those involved in scaffolding are trained and competent. The place where scaffolding work is undertaken is safe. Scaffolding equipment is appropriately inspected by a competent person, and where an employer is to use scaffold erected by another employer, it shall ensure that the scaffold is inspected by the competent person and declared safe and appropriately tagged for safe use. This is a short list of employer roles and responsibilities. Let us discuss now the role of contractor who is carrying out the task. Dear friends and fellows, principal contractors shall undertake their specific roles and responsibilities in accordance with the local and international standards, codes of practices, technical guidelines, and as per the approved HSC plan, method statement, and the approved risk assessment. Principal contractor shall undertake to ensure the employers have all available descriptions of the site, including design, drawings, site surveys, plans of services, and information on the nature and location of hazardous materials, the nature of building materials, and the building or structure's relationship to surrounding properties. Contractor has to ensure that all relevant authorities and utility service providers are notified and all necessary approvals are obtained before work commences. Principal contractor has to control access to scaffolding through the use of awareness, signage, and access restrictions. Principal contractor has to ensure that employees erect and inspect scaffolding are qualified and competent, and provide coordination between employers using and working from the same scaffold. Unless and until the contractor and the employer, they will not fulfill their responsibilities with respect to occupational safety and health, with respect to project activities and tasks, it will be almost impossible to get the desired results, to upkeep the safety standards, and to maintain a high standard of health and safety culture within an organization or in a project. Dear friends and fellows, once we are not able to work from the ground and we have to go at height, we are going to erect scaffolding structures. It means it is mostly related to working at height. Falls are the main cause of accident in construction. Falls from heights are the most common cause of fatal injuries in construction. Around 24% of falls are from ladders, causing around 515 injuries per year. About 150 injuries per year are caused by falls from scaffolding, and about 128 injuries per year are caused by falls from working area or platforms. Do you know the reason why there are falls from the scaffold? Falls from scaffold are caused by problem with access for getting up or down, on or off the scaffold, or improper or inadequate, incomplete or inadequate planking or decking, structural failure from incomplete bracing or faulty erection, and also when workers are erecting or dismantling the scaffold. These are the scenarios, these are the occasions once scaffold falls are imminent, and once someone is falling from height, definitely there is an injury. Most of the time it's fatal, but it depends upon the height and the nature of ground condition. Have a look. This is an example of working at height, but in the slide, the scaffolding failure. This is the most common mistake. Use of unsafe ladder. Ladder with damaged or bent rungs. Damaged rung will not work, and the person who is going to make access will fall from height. Have a look. This is an example of scaffolding structural failure. Dear friends and fellows, you are watching Safety First, and today we are discussing about scaffolding safety. Dear friends and fellows, do you know what is working at height? A place where a person could fall, a distance liable to cause personal injury. All work at height should be properly planned and organized. If it will not, definitely there is chances of fall from height. It is essential that competent person carries out a suitable risk assessment and prepares the method statement. It is also essential to consider the work to be performed, taking account of any foreseeable hazards arising from that work. Established control measures to be implemented. Otherwise, control measures in paperwork are not sufficient to avoid fall from height or structural failure accidents or incidents in a project or in a construction site. All work at height takes account of weather conditions that could endanger health and safety of the workers those are engaged. in the scaffolding, erection, dismantling, or inspection. Those involved in work at height are trained and competent. All equipment for work at height is appropriately inspected. The risks from falling objects are properly controlled. Dear friends and fellows, here the question is how to prevent falls in scaffolding. Scaffolders should be competent to work at height and receive appropriate training. Employers should ensure that appropriate levels of supervision are provided. Equipment should be properly maintained and inspected as per the instructions and manufacturer's recommendations. During the erection or dismantling the scaffold, there is a scaffolder safe zone. It is vitally important to have a safe system of work for working at height. There are established systems of work for the creation of a scaffolder safe zone and for the practical use of fall arrest equipment. The key area for consideration in this matter, the matter of unprotected traversing, means walking at an exposed edge, whilst erecting, dismantling, and altering scaffolding structure. This is considered to be unsafe practice and avoidable due to the development of new systems of work and the availability of proprietary fall prevention equipment. A scaffold safe zone is a position of work where suitable edge protection and a platform exists. A scaffold safe zone can be achieved using several methods, including progressive work platforms, safe systems of work, and collective fall prevention systems. Do you know what is collective fall arrest system? The introduction of new collective methods of working will not completely remove the risk of fall in all situations. That is the reason the NASC UK recognized that scaffolders will still be required to wear and use personal fall protection equipment, safety harnesses, whilst working at height. Do you know what is NASC? NASC is the national trade body for access and scaffolding in United Kingdom. NASC was established in 1945 and it is a family of 300 plus leading contracting organizations, scaffolding suppliers, and the manufacturers. Their advice, instruction, or recommendation matters for all scaffolders throughout the world. We are talking about how to prevent falls from height, how to prevent falls during the scaffolding erection, dismantling, or altering. A very important element that is active or personal fall arrest system. The term personal fall arrest means a system of work where individuals workers rely upon the use of special protective equipment and work equipment to protect against the risk of falling. These typically include equipment such as harnesses, lanyards, energy absorbers, lines, inertia reels, fall arrest block, connectors, and anchorage points. If you are interested to learn in depth about fall arrest system, please click on the link that is appearing on your screen. Have a look. This is an example of active personal fall arrest system. Active or personal fall arrest system will not work unless and until there is no suitable scaffold anchorage point, ledgers and transoms supported with load bearing fitting standards, but only when using a suitable anchor device designed for the purpose and no joints between lifts and attachment point, guardrails supported with load-bearing fittings, others, beams, girders, any other structural steelwork, and make sure anchorage points should offer minimum resistance of 10 kN. Dear friends and fellows, let us discuss now what should be done by the scaffolders even they are erecting, dismantling, or altering a scaffold structure. Scaffolders should take positive steps to understand the hazards involved and requirements of the risk assessment, method statement, or scaffolding plan. Scaffolders should inform employers of any medical condition that may affect them while working at height. Scaffolders should not to work at height if affected by drugs or alcohol, including prescription medication. Scaffolders should utilize techniques and equipment provided to prevent or protect against falls in accordance with instruction and training received. Scaffolders should not tamper or modify equipment that is provided them, and scaffolders should check and inspect fall arrest equipment on daily basis and report any damage or defect to their concerned supervisor, engineer, or the project manager. In short, you have to understand the scaffolders should be competent. They must have training. They must have experience. They must have practical skills and knowledge about the scaffolding material. They will definitely work under a keen and close supervision, and they will work as per the approved drawing and scaffolding plan. And during all the process of scaffolding erection, dismantling, or alteration, even during the inspection, they have to follow, maintain, and upkeep the safe system of work. In the upcoming videos related to scaffolding safety, we will discuss about what to do, what to consider during erection, what to consider while dismantling to avoid an accident or fall from height. And that's all for today. A short training session that is only an introductory part is over now. If you have any question, please ask in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video with your friends and colleagues. Hope to see you soon with a new HSC tutorial, most probably part 2 of scaffolding safety. Till then, take care, good luck, and Allah Hafiz.